Hey everybody, welcome to the market recap. You're here. Traders stay late. It's 4 o'clock. Is 4 o'clock really that late? It's not, but you're with me right now, and it's good that you are because we are getting ready to rock and roll with earnings season. So we're going to have a bunch of breaking news today. Get rid of that, and it starts now. We have UAL is now out, so we'll have a quick look at what's going on with United. Hey, United, what's up, my guy? Nice little move up there to the upside as Benzinga's popping off right now. This show brought to you by Benzinga. Go get it ASAP. Hit the link in the bottom to get your subscription today. EPS right now of 2 beats 170. I like sales also beating on the top and the bottom is United Airlines right now. So nice little move to the upside on that. We also will wait out for Zion. We got that a little bit early. What's up? Not Zion Williamson. Shout out to the Pelicans. But right now, 130 coming out, beating 99 cents by 31%. Good little beat there and a 29% decrease over earnings last year. So obviously, we knew some of the banks are going to be in trouble, but let's just check out what is happening with Zion right now. But there's UAL. We'll have a 3-minute up here. You know what? Because traders are staying with us, let's watch a 1-minute chart right now, up to 40. Still looking at the 50-period MA on that one to see if we can break it. And then right here, ZION. So again, we kind of screwed that one up because it looks like that was dropped a lot earlier, maybe 3 o'clock. Nice move, 41 to 44. We kind of left it alone there on the big show. Missed that one, but again, nice little earnings report coming through for Zion Corp. Upside right now as that bank seems to be getting stuff figured out. We'll check out what the KRE is up to as well. All right, nice little move up to 52. You could see it got going a little bit there at 3 o'clock as well, indicating some successful moves there on the regionals. We'll watch out for WFC. Obviously, we know PacWest, First Republic, all of that. Western Alliance, some of those names are gone, of course. We'll wait for WAL coming out. And there's the KRE right now. Let's go over some sector recaps. Should I move over a little bit this way? There, how about that? Now we're a little more centered there. We do have Michael Nauss coming through. What a good day it was today, guys, for everybody. I think the trading was a little bit off sometimes. Tesla with a nice move to the upside. Then it got faded out a little bit. We can have a quick look at TSLA. Where did we end up? Yeah, so look at this, man. Nice move down. We had Danielle on talking about looking for 200 to cover some of those options. But Tesla today, little tricky on the 10-minute chart. We had a nice move to start the day, man, and everyone was really getting bullish. Wow, what's up with Tesla? But then it just got cranked back in. And to me, this level, look how key 209, 210 is. We bounced around there. That's 210. This is 209.50. Nice downside push there. We'll wait to see if Tesla can get going. We had it written down. I don't have the sticky note with me, which is okay. We had it written down, Tesla. We wanted to look at 208, 210. So I feel like we nailed that. Like it goes as low as 206, but we're still in that pocket here. I want a Tesla upgrade. I want some news on Tesla. Then we can go hammer time. Remember, Thursday is the report for TSLA. So we're getting ready to watch out for that one as well. IWM, funny thing, we have Michael Nauss coming on. We're saying watch out for them. Watch out for some weakness in IWM. But again, bouncing off the 50-period moving average, nicely done back up to the upside, well off of its all-time highs. What other news did we get today, man? We got UNG, wow, down another 5. This really, guys, got to scroll the other way. Stop, then go the other way. Nope, no. All right, maybe go this way. All right, oh, there it is. Okay, so UNG got that nice bump. Remember we were all freezing our you-know-whats off last week? Well, UNG went up on that. And then all of a sudden, man, I looks up, we're about zeros today. So it's a nice move to the downside right here, coming back into $5 again for UNG as gas storage becoming an issue now. We have too much supply. If that's it for the demand, not that's it. I mean, it's going to get colder, right? But if that was the big move up, you see the reaction. Now you're pulling all the way back down, UNG to the downside. And what happened with Bitcoin? Got to make some calculations here. Should we be in Bitcoin? Should we be in Ethereum? But right now, Bitcoin, IBIT on the daily, almost back down to lows again. And we had some news today. Breno brought us that ARC-B, some share. Well, it's going to look stupid, but since the IPO, 50 down to 40 right now as Bitcoin, GBTC, ETHE starting to go a little bit back in here. A sell the news event on Bitcoin with all of those ETFs seems kind of obvious at this point, doesn't it? OIH, off the jump. Nice move there as oil trying to find its footing. I think we might have found it. For me, I prefer the XLE. Get into some XLE down here. I feel like you're protected a little bit. You have some bottom 76, 77. That could be something to talk about. Hey, if you said 20,000 words or something like that, today, put your hand up, I. And if you got a drink of water beside you, take it as well. Shout out to Hydration Nation. Wow. All right, the gong happens there. This is a gong show here. Thank you to Ramin today, who's been doing absolutely amazing considering that her right-hand man, if we can say that, right? Not here today. Hopefully Fabian will be back tomorrow. Not feeling too great today, so we'll see him tomorrow, hopefully. 189, nice upside move there for SMH as they just keep on going, and we can't talk about SMH without talking about AMD. Look, AMD again. They reported down here. Boom to the downside. Got $94 their last report. Okay? It's funny that AMD really kickstarted this whole move. I don't know if it did or not. The report wasn't great. Lisa Su came out and was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. We have all these data centers. We have this H1 chip competitor, this and that. You can go look it all up. Then they just doubled from there. So I feel like there's a lot of pressure heading into earnings season, especially this time around. So let's keep out an eye on AMD. And then, of course, we had just a couple weeks ago, or was it last week, a week and a half ago, we were like, yeah, baby, NVIDIA's breaking through $5. But look what's up more. It's $6 right now. That's a nice topside move. And again, besides coming in and getting, maybe flattened or marketed out, I don't see a problem with just going short here in and around $6 and using this high of 602, 603. Tomorrow's trade today. Let's watch out for NVIDIA in and around 601, 602. If we can get a high print like that tomorrow, let's try to short it against this day, okay? Because today we're starting to push a little bit low. We did breach 590 or so. We didn't breach it, but we came back into 590. That's something to look for again. Let's go over to our post-market screen now. Let's see what's moving. We've got UAL moving a little bit here. I don't see too much else going. We'll start these up again right now to see if something starts hitting here into the close. So we did get a big UAL print today. Let's just check out what's going on with them. Come out with their report. And as you can see here, that's a 10-minute chart. Let's go back to a 1 and see what's going on with United Airlines. All right, so a nice move up to 41, pulling back into 40. Look where we just bounced off the 50-period moving average. We're going to need to take that out and then watch out for a short up here at 44. I really like that call for UAL. I don't think airlines are too investable. The thing is, if you're all the way down here, okay, on airlines, considering what we've got, and I know they hedge out for oil and all that kind of stuff, but right now we're pretty low on the price of oil. That's generally been a positive thing for a lot of these airlines, right? But why is UAL under the 50 and under the 200? A little worried about that, but saved by a nice day there today. That is UAL. We'll check out Benzinga to see if anything else is hit right now. I'm not really seeing anything, just UAL and Zion coming through again today. Quick check on Zion Bancorp as, still hovering around $42, $43. Not much in the pocket for that. So earnings, little bit muted here today. I see Michael is waiting in the wings. Michael, I switched off our tree map view, and now we're just going with this. So thanks for helping me out last week. Now we can all see these percentages. And again, other than some of these outsized movers, we had KRE moving. Why? We got that release from Zion a little bit early. So that helped that go to the upside. So ho-hum on that. You know what I actually don't have on here? Oh, yes, I do. I was going to say uranium. You know what, Michael? I know that he's going to come with a couple ideas for you as well, but I look at this uranium ETF. Michael brought us this a while ago. I can't even remember when. I feel like we might have been in and around 20 off of the 200 and the 50 period right here, but it's a pretty nice break on uranium to the upside. But look, to me, this kind of looks like a failed break than the top at 32. I almost like the short now in uranium. I wonder if Michael's still in this one. Maybe we'll ask him about it on the weekly as well. Wow, how many times, guys, girls, all of us, have we seen this top on the weekly get hit and then fade back out? Let me check out lithium as well, because wow, okay, this name not positive price action on lithium as that continues to make moves to the downside. Oh, I just had something in my mind that I want to talk to Michael about. It doesn't matter. I can ask him anything. That's one of the best things about the guy. Loves reading charts. He's going to come on in just a couple seconds. Oh, I know what it was. Duh. Michael, if you're listening, this is a big one for me. I really want to know what the heck am I supposed to do with FXI? I'm not in this. We really liked FXI. If you look at the daily chart here, if I could write a book or something, it would be these flat bottom breaks. Like when you broke this 25 there, and remember, the reason why I like 25 was this was that October bottom for the NASDAQ, for the SPY, for the IW, basically for anything you can find, we've tried to hold. Now, not anything, I just looked at lithium, but this $25 mark there, if you can't hold when the rest of the market is breaking and you're hovering around support, China, FXI are the large cap ETF for China. You're falling back in. And now that I look at this, look at the weekly chart. Wow. Just matching, come on, just matching where we were, FXI on the weekly. Yeah, this goes all the way back to last October now, 2 Octobers ago, sorry. Back in 22. Maybe we can even zoom out even more to get a little bit of a better look. Where are the COVID lows, man? They're going to be really low, but I don't even think it's necessary to look at COVID lows at this point for China. They're getting hit to the downside, man. I mean, recession or not, their GDP numbers continue to be weaker. Youth unemployment, although a nice uptick, was weaker. They're not looking very good. It looks like FXI goes all the way back, and we are well under. I mean, COVID bottoms. I mean, you're looking at not like, what, 33 here back for March 20th? Man, China's in trouble now. I don't know what to do about some of these. It looks like it's a nice downside move. IBBs we really like. The NASDAQ today, should have maybe led with this. NASDAQ pretty flat, but still at all-time highs and above. Every time you see a green tick for the NASDAQ, you are going to be talking about all-time highs. IBIT, yeah, we already talked about Ethereum a little bit, and then there's ETHE pulling back in. I believe Michael, as well as many traders, are sort of on this look right now, and that is the Ethereum versus BTC, so ETHE versus BTC sort of pairs trade. So maybe we can highlight that as well. But hey, that's a little bit of a rundown. It's nice to see the XLF, some upside moves today on JP Morgan strength. There's my empty desk because I'm at this desk, so that's really good. We only have 15 minutes left, but if he's ready, he's ready. It's Michael Nauss. Let's go, Michael.
Ready to go.
All right, Michael Nauss, over 2,800 people watching, and now they've got two of the best. So I call you up. It's Michael Nauss, CMT, at Michael Nauss, CMT, both on Instagram and on X. How are you doing, my fine sir?
I've been doing fantastic. Like I said this morning, it seems like they've been lining all the holidays up with Monday. So it seems like it's been like a month or so since I've been on here with you. So it's great to be back.
I feel like it has. Did you hear what I was talking about there? Maybe I'll move you to Tuesday then. I don't know. Oh, that's our friend Brian Shannon.
You can't bump him. Yeah.
You can't. Well, I could. But all right. So we're going to go a little bit lower here. Man, this China news, it's like every single day on our watch list, we have something like Alibaba downside, some of these Chinese EVs to the downside. Amongst some of maybe your group, your friends, what are we thinking about China? Is it time to sort of step in? I look at the FXI, man. We're at those lows on the weekly. It doesn't look good to me. I don't want to catch a falling knife. What are we doing with some of these Chinese names?
To be honest, I don't think you're doing much of anything. So I have Baba up here on my screen, and I have a little area highlighted, and that's sitting, I think 78 or 77. I really don't think, unless something crazy occurs, that you can really justify being long under this without catching a falling knife. And I think I was listening in the green room. I think you hit the nail on the head with that, where when a flat bottom break occurs, you have to just stay awake. If we ever reclaim that level and it ends up being a bit of a bear trap or something, I think that is an actual trade that you can get into. But until then, we're below this resistance. You have to imagine if we get back up near this level at all, there's going to be a whole bunch of people who, either got stopped out or shorted in that trade that are going to defend that position. So I really think, and it's the same if you look at FXI, it's the same as if you look at KWeb. They all have these kind of flat bottom type areas
right,
that unless we get them back, I really don't think China is a place I want to look at. Now, if a few weeks or a month goes by and we establish some other base somewhere else, maybe we can play off of. But right now, I think if you do anything, it's just catching a falling knife.
All right. I agree with you. I'm trying to stay away as much as I can from that. Unfortunately, my long-term portfolio is stuck in some Alibaba shares, so we'll have to wait for that to come through again, and patience is the name of the game. All right, I saw, because I could see your screens as well. Thanks for calling up Uranium. You nailed that one, man. I'm not sure if you're still in this name, what the story is with Uranium, but we had a great move there from 20 up to $30. I feel like a man like you would be trimming some out if you didn't already, but it's a nice move up on Uranium. I like the spot, but what do we have to talk about here with URA?
So with uranium itself, right, we had this gap up, and I think you're right that we may have failed that gap. I'm looking at this $30 area. These they were the prior highs at the end of 2023. If we can dig in anywhere near this area and push higher, then it's just a retest of the breakout. If not, then it's a bit of a pullback. But I did want to go into the uranium stocks, which I still have one of, and I'll talk to in a bit. If you look at a lot of these uranium names, I have to remove all of this because this was the setup I had on CCJ
Okay.
on my charts before when I actually bought that last pullback to a breakout. But I wonder if now we're potentially going to see the same thing on this one. But the
Right.
name that I really still have a sizable position in is UEC, and I've marked the same area in UEC, and we're getting nowhere near there. So when it comes to the underlying UEC and all of these things are going to move with uranium. So if uranium completely falls out of bed here, I have to get out of this position because at some point it's going to get dragged down by that. But if this is still holding well above that end of the year breakout,
Right.
then I have to stay in because it's showing not only great relative strength to uranium as a whole, but great relative strength to CCJ, which I think is kind of the king of that kind of sector. So it's weird to see this kind of divergence. Generally speaking, when you're playing commodity names, they're all going to move fairly closely with commodities, but we are seeing a little bit of divergence. So I am still in UEC,
Okay.
and I like that. And if we get a bounce in uranium, I'm probably going to add more.
What is that price where the line is there on UEC? Just some people asking. There we go, 690, 680?
680, 690. I think you could probably say $7 just to keep it easy.
I mean,
But the variance in this has just been kind of shocking to me, and I'm not too sure why. Maybe there's some news on this particular company, but it's just not participating as nearly as much in the little pullback we're seeing in uranium here.
love that. I mean, I love when it looks like that and actually works. Those breaks on the daily like that, absolutely huge. I see you have a little scanner in your bottom right there that says Trade Ideas Squeeze Scanner. To me, when I think about something squeezing, man, I just look at Digital World Acquisition Corp. And if you come over to my screen, I'll give you a second to load it up yourself here. Look at this, guys. We are now up, Michael, right up on the weekly chart. That might give you some ideas here. Just for that, we go all the way back to October 21st, obviously, where we back in the day, man, we had another, election talk. Nice move to the upside right there, ripping back up. We hit 175 on squeeze, man. That was a lot of fun. But look what we're pumping up to right now. This April of 22, these levels right here, $51, $52. I thought we'd actually squeeze a little more than this in the post market. I thought we could have a 70 handle. I thought if we took this out, then we would get back into up here. Tomorrow, this should be a real fun name. Are we thinking, like, maybe we're overthinking this, Michael, and you just play what you see every single day. And if it's going to go up, wait for pullbacks to get long and just forget about shorting a name like this. It's only 7% short. It's not even like someone's going to get blown out to the upside here. But we've heard that Fidelity, a couple other brokers, don't have any shares to borrow, creating this sort of a squeeze to the upside here. Are we crazy to think about 52 as maybe being a top? I don't know.
I don't think you are. And again, as someone who I was in the green room this morning with you when I was waiting to get on the morning show, and you were talking about how this isn't even de-SPACed yet. It's not a
Right.
profitable company. It doesn't have much cash on hand. No one's really using the service. So what I do in that case, I go and I've got my chart kind of annotated on the screen here, and you can just see these histories of run ups and then fall down and run ups and fall down. And to me, this reminds me of the meme stocks.
Yep.
Every quarter, every year, you get this moment where AMC or something will double off its lows, and you get all the people saying, "Hey, this time it's different. We're going to the moon this time." Just for it to fall back down and hit new lows. I wouldn't think there's nothing fundamentally changed in this company, so I
Right.
wouldn't think that it would be any different this time. But as you said, I noticed with Interactive Brokers, who I trade through as well, they ran out of shorts today.
Right.
So just be careful. I don't think you're crazy at all for wanting to short this. I think at some point, if we fast forward a few months from now, it's right back where it was or lower. However, I just be careful with the
Right.
trade execution on that one.
Yeah, we had Danielle Shea talk about options and going a little naked on those puts. That's very, very dangerous as we talk. And another thing, I think I've seen you tweeting about this. I know there's a lot of people looking at the correlation, and maybe you have something to share on this one between Ethereum and BTC, because I mean, we've seen a pullback. I mean, just looking at Bitcoin rate, I mean, we can come over to my screen and give you a second here as well. We're seeing a little bit of a pullback now as BTC is just like hanging around 40,000, of course, as we talk about that. We had a nice move up, and I feel like it was pretty obvious that we would get a little bit of a pullback after some of these ETFs were announced and approved and so on and so forth. I almost sort of talked about it as, well, we can call them. Yeah, I wanted to sort of compare it to when a stock gets added to an index, possibly, or maybe the release of the Cybertruck. Everyone gets so excited. Then the day it's released, you kind of start to edge back down. Me and you have been in this business probably too long to tell anybody about, but we've seen so many examples where it's always buy the rumor, sell the news. Should we be picking up some Ethereum because we assume that the ETFs will get approved for this at some point, maybe in the summer?
Yeah, and I have a chart up here that's both the
Perfect.
Grayscale Ethereum and Bitcoin ETFs. And I remember we were on here right before me and you right before the ETF launch, and we talked about this and thankfully called it that hey, this was probably going to be a sell the news event. The launch of Bitcoin futures
Yep.
was the top ones, and the launch of I think Coinbase as a stock was the top again.
Yeah.
So really a huge history of sell the news. And Bitcoin really took a tumble. And Ethereum, it's kind of hard to see on this chart, but has actually been holding up much better. Now that changed a little bit today. We had a pretty decent sell in Ethereum
Yeah.
as a whole. But if that's going to remain the what's going on where people are selling this to get into Ethereum ahead of a potential Ethereum ETF, I do think that that makes sense for me. And I mentioned this on some of the stuff I do personally, but I shorted Bitcoin at that 45,000 level when that failure cured. I did buy a little Ethereum, but I did get stopped out of that today as it broke. So right now I'm
Yeah.
just net short crypto as a whole. I kind of look at it like Bitcoin is the S&P 500 of crypto. If
Right.
that's
Me too.
falling, you're probably even these altcoins, Solana, and all of these names, eventually they're going to drop with it. If it's rallying, eventually they're going to rally with it. So I don't generally want to stray too far from that.
All right, today, yeah, thanks for that advice. I agree, man. This is, you are right, man. It's like BTC is like the Apple, and we're all not trading the RSP. See, I was listening to you this morning. But okay, wouldn't that be kind of cool? Maybe we can do something here, Michael. We need to have like an ETF of crypto verse. So you just sort of put like the top 20 coins, and then, we can just be like adding them, removing them, things like that. Maybe we should be quiet or get Aunt Kathy on the phone and figure this all out with her, but I think that could be a good idea. All right, I said earlier today, I have to let you go soon because we're running out of time, but it's always such a good segment. You look at opening candles for the week. And I know you do a lot of work on the weekend and things like that, trying to maybe start something, what looked good last week, what's setting up for something this week. Is there, and again, I know you're on this morning, but again, we don't have the same viewership all the time. Is there an idea maybe that you're looking at heading into the week? I know it's a big earnings week, so is there anything specifically that we can focus on that I can talk to you about later?
Absolutely. So, just to quickly summarize what I talked about this morning for those who missed it, and you should tune in if you did. But the idea is that yes, the S&P 500 broke all-time highs. But there's a whole bunch of other things that haven't yet. IWM is still 20%
Right.
off lows and things like that. And in bull markets, generally speaking, like we talked about with Bitcoin and the altcoins, you will have the strongest names will pull up the weakest names. In bear markets, right, whatever is the weakest will pull down the strongest, and vice versa in bull markets, where we expect this to pull up the weakest. So I am focusing pretty heavily on names that are still strong,
Right.
but more in that small cap space, not the large caps, because I think they're looking a little bit overextended. So I have a couple of those
All right.
that I have highlighted here. And I'm looking a lot. That's why I know you noticed this short float scanner. This short float scanner I have below is basically looking for stocks that are heavily shorted and they are above their 50-day moving average. So just showing some strength. And these are some names I want to take a look at. So this is a therapeutics name, so be very careful, but it's TGTX. And the reason for it is a 23% short float. It's pulled back down to this support, 15 support that it had before. Full disclosure, I actually bought some of this on the close today. I also wanted to highlight CVNA, which is our Trade Ideas Trade of the Week. And that has been pulling back as well with a 40% short float. So, if we are going to see wild moves on things like DWAC, it only makes sense to me that we are then also going to see crazy moves on things like Carvana, which you can see on Friday broke this downtrend line and then gapped up today. So I'm keeping a close eye on anything that is heavily shorted and showing some strength, just because I believe that if we are going to get this rotation into small caps, then it's small caps you want to look at. And I like heavily shorted small caps because when they get going, they can really get going.
What was that, see a cat? What was that Trade Ideas Trade of the Week? How come I don't, you probably said it so many times, it just went right over my head. How do viewers be a part of that? Is it an email? Is it,
Yep.
how does that all happen?
Yeah, so as always, you should go to trade-ideas/Trader TV and make sure you get everything there. There's the scans that I share with the guys are located on that site as well.
Yep.
But if you sign up for the trade of the week, what we do is a bunch of us traders sit around. Steve mainly does it, he's user number 3 for Trade Ideas. So he's the third ever user for Trade Ideas. He's been swing trading for probably 20, 30 years. I don't want to date him now. And very, very good at it. And he uses our software. He goes through, he gives you guys one free trade with an entry and an exit
Okay.
and the whole idea behind it. So yeah, go to tradeIdeas.com and sign up for that.
It's Michael Nauss, and it's Trade Ideas. Make sure you go check that out. Thank you so much for joining again. What a fantastic segment with lots of ideas, and that's why the people are here. All right, I like your new setup there. Good luck with all those trades, and I'll chat with you next time.
Talk to you soon.
Ciao, Michael Nauss. That's him, a good friend of the show. All right, look, Michael Nauss gives the real deal as well, but if you're looking for day trades, man, it's 8:30. It's this guy every single day, and you can't go wrong. If you're looking for some information, let me go to the next topic. There's something called the sticky note. I don't know if you heard about that. But we have it right now today. Let's just review it just real quick. Okay, I screwed this up on PayPal today, so maybe don't look at the sticky note anymore. But I thought there was AI news. I actually was talking about this as far as potentially being something happening today. I thought PayPal had a good chance of breaking through $66. Let me just check out what we did on PYPL. It's actually okay because we were positive on it today, but that's just because we were smart enough to have a stop order and a trailing stop order at that. When we opened up here at 68.50, I'm like, okay, it's go time, man. PayPal, as you can see right here on the daily, breaking higher with AI news. Are you kidding me? We love AI news. The market does. Look at this nice move up. So we're like, all right, if you're going to drop back down in, show me the light. So at 9.50, we already had that bottom here of 66.50. Neil's like, hey, it's coming back in. And what did we write down on the sticky note? 66 long. Well, we can't do any better than to get long there, than get out at 67.35. The problem is it didn't hold. And when it failed, bang, we slap a fail on it and we get that out of Dodge. And then we realize, hey, wait a second, that news is not the news that we thought would rally this name. I'm learning, everybody, if something does not go your way, Forget about all your work that you've done. It's not going to work. Make sure you punch out. That's that. That was a great trade. All right, next trade. I want to talk about Disney because we actually put it on, and then we could talk about Tesla. Palantir, we never got filled, but we were looking at it, man. 17 long, that never came in, but man, did the long come in. We could talk about Palantir, but let's just talk about Disney. Why? Because that was a big winner for me today on the show. All right. I'm not allowed to talk about like, oh, Disney was the number one P&L stock on the show, but if you're still with me, bang, it was the number one stock P&L wise on the show, and it was because of your boy. Look at this, 93.50 right there. Disney, I was like, I'm not going to wait for this name, so it took out the pre-market high. We bought 93.50s. Then all of a sudden, we're just minding our own business, and it comes right back in, and we're like, all right. So there it is, man. We took this long against $93. That's $93.30. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, that actually sounded pretty good. Down there, 95.15. Nice out for Disney. Now, why did we like it? Again, I think this is going to break out. I just don't know what day. This is not a comment. I think Disney's super expensive. I hate the streaming service. I'm not even bringing my princesses. They're over that now. We're not going to Disney. I think Star Wars has been a disaster since they took it over. Every Marvel movie seems to be a disaster. But price don't lie. And right now, I mean, it's been getting hit, but if you're going to look at this, we made that bottom of $80. We held this $90. That's where the 50-period moving average is. We got Nelson Peltz. We've got all this talk here about board seats. I think Disney can work. I want to stay long the name, and today, bang, it was a good one. Now, Tesla, we also wrote down, and you might say, hey, who is this guy? Hey, I'm Shawn Catena. Follow me at Trader TV, Shawn. Traders, stay late. Glad you're with me. Thank you so much to everybody. Big shout out to Bears versus Bulls today. We wrote down 210, 208 long on Tesla. Why? Because again, man, it just looks like there's some support down here, doesn't it? So we just kept going long. We took some profit, so that was wrong right there at 210. But we averaged it in. Luckily, we were able to get that out. Nice upside move. Then we bought 208s again, kept on working till eventually it didn't, and we lost 208. But the thing about it is, it still held 206, finishes the day pretty strong up here at 209.50 before a sell imbalance came in and brought this name back in. Do not sleep on Tesla tomorrow at 206.50. I like it. Remember, there's earnings on Thursday. Look, thank you so much for staying late with me. True traders do that. It means a lot to me to do that. Thanks to Neil for covering me on Friday. But we're back, baby. Tomorrow's going to be another banger of a show all day. Join us at 8:30 for everything. For Ramin, for me, Shawn, there ain't no one else here. Maybe Obi is. I can't see anybody. Traders stay late, and so does Ramin, and so do you. Thank you to everybody. Oh, guess what? I hear Obi, actually. He's still here. Okay. Stop trying to gift me 5,000 points, my guy. You don't have 5,000 points. Lusick, but I do appreciate the gesture. Hey, here we go right here. I don't know if they ruined Star Wars or not. I have to ask my self-proclaimed nerd friend, Neil, to see what he thinks about the... Self-proclaimed. Okay? Actually, this weekend, I was with a lot of friends, and there's a lot of dads part of the hockey, my daughter's hockey, that are huge Star Wars fans. So, you know. What's up, Michael Lloyd? All right, well, it's roll call time, so let's go. What's up, Loser 101? Well, change your name to Winner 101. Man, sometimes positivity, helps bring it. Yo, what's up, Yellow? Trey Only's here. Mr. Weed, what's up? He likes Kush, not bad. What's up, Ponzi Fonzie? What's up, Juan Padilla? It's Benton is in the building. It's Tease Trade. What's up, Tease Trade? Bears vs. Bulls is here, of course. Andrew Chow is here. Tony Price. Mr. Weed. Oh, I already said you. What's up? Paulie D is here. Toilet Brush. Not bad name there. What's up to Benton, Bears vs. Bulls, CompuCare. Everybody's here right now. Thank you. Nobody can hold me down, Zion. All right. Thank you so much for joining again. It's been a fantastic show. True Traders, stay late, and you're here with me, so I appreciate it. Go follow me at Trader TV, Shawn. The podcast is lit. Go listen to it, and we will find you tomorrow right here on the market.